Monday, June 8th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and we'll begin with a look at the Avalon Pier web camera this morning. Nice scene there during the 5 o'clock hour this morning, just prior to sunrise. It is a mild and humid start to the day all across the region. Temperature there at Kill Devil Hills at 64. A lot of the Piedmont zone's actually kind of hovering in the low 70s right now. I'll show you current readings in just a moment. Here's your Sunday highs. It was a pretty warm day across the region. A lot of 80s on the board. Even Asheville up to 80 around the Triad viewing area. Low and mid 80s out there yesterday afternoon. Around the Charlotte area, it was mid 80s in the vast majority of spots. 85 in Gastonia, 87 in Wadesboro, 83 up in Statesville. There's your 5 o'clock hour temperatures this morning. 70, Columbia, Charlotte, Greensboro, and Myrtle Beach. 71 degrees in Greenville. A little bit cooler there in northeastern North Carolina. Greenville actually at 59, and 60 in Elizabeth City, 61 in Cape Hatteras. But this southwesterly flow is now in place here across the Piedmont zones, and that's going to bring in a lot of warm air rather, as we move forward in time. And you can see here on the wind product, that south and southwest wind now in place. Charlotte and Greensboro, and basically a southerly component of the wind spreading further east toward I-95 too. Yesterday, the Charlotte Douglas Airport actually had a half-inch of rain, and that brings the monthly total there up to 95/100ths of an inch. And still running a deficit for the year of about 2.5 inches. No rain recorded yesterday at the PTI airport. And you can see a deficit of over 3.5 inches for the year there in Greensboro. All right, over the past couple of hours, during the 3 and 4 o'clock hours this morning, this is what the radar perspective has looked like. Up in the northwestern part of North Carolina. Had a few showers earlier that have largely eased away and fallen apart. But down into the upstate of South Carolina, moving into the western Charlotte metro, you had this little cluster of showers developing northeastward. That's going to fall apart, I think, over the next couple of hours, but some folks getting a little shower, maybe a rumble of thunder as we go through the course of this morning. Now off to the northwest, big zone of rain and storms from Indiana, Illinois, into Missouri. That is along a cold front that's dropping our way. And as that front approaches, we need to maintain the chance even through the night of some showers and storms. You'll see that here in just a moment. Watch what happens here as we go through this afternoon. The heating of the day kicks off some at least widely scattered showers or storms, and then notice that complex of storms over the Ohio Valley kind of develops in here as we get into later this evening and tonight. Here's the high resolution modeling's perspective, and again you see that widely scattered activity rolling through this afternoon, but still plenty left upstream here. This is 6:30 this evening. See all this, well, that was a terrible job. Let me try that again. Up here to the northwest of us, all this activity still waiting in the wings, and that'll try to roll in here during the overnight hours. So still, even tonight, the chance of some thunderstorms rumbling through. Highs today pretty warm across the region. 91 in Fayetteville, 88 in Greensboro, 89 in Raleigh, 92 down in Columbia. Tomorrow, a bit of a challenging forecast. I'm going to say that I think the majority of the showers and storms tomorrow probably over closer to I-95 over toward the coast. For places like Charlotte and Greensboro, I cannot rule out an isolated shower or storm, but it looks like that dry air, the slightly drier air, begins to seep in and win the battle. So I don't think the rain chances are overly impressive tomorrow for the I-85 corridor. And the high is still pretty warm. Now, as we get deeper into the week, Wednesday's forecast, I think most of North Carolina is going to have a dry Wednesday. Rain chances pretty low. Temperatures beginning to build a bit. And then watch what happens with the upper level pattern. This is the 500 millibar chart off the European model. This is Tuesday afternoon. But watch as we get later into the week and the weekend, you get that ridge developing overhead. And so that means the heat will build. And just to give you a for instance, here's Friday across the region. Look at all those 90s on the board. I think a lot of us breaking 90 for highs Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend and early next week too. So kind of a summer-like pattern ahead later on this week. Tropics, the Atlantic Basin is quiet. No troubles there. Now in the Pacific Ocean, we've had Blanca approach the Baja Peninsula. In fact, it is getting very close to the Baja as I'm cutting this video. There's the infrared satellite imagery. It's been on a weakening trend as expected as this has been approaching the coast there. And let me give you the latest advisory as I'm cutting the video. And again, this is a tropical storm now getting closer to the coast of the Baja Peninsula, 50 mile per hour sustained wind. So wind's not a huge issue here. And it's moving along at a pretty good clip, so I don't even think flooding is going to be a long-term problem here. You see this zips off to the northwest pretty quickly as we move forward in time. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.